Hi, I'm Andrea Lilienfeld with the Kate Grant Group, part of my home group real estate out of Scottsdale, Arizona. And I am so excited to be back again this morning with Christine McConnell with Nations Lending. So welcome back.
Thank you. Always happy to be here.
So I've been reading and hearing more and more about the trend of millennials, first-time home buyers, getting ready. They're ready to pull the trigger. They don't want to live with their parents anymore. They're sick of renting. And they're all wondering, where do I start, right?
Yeah.
What is the first process to even see, do I qualify for a loan?
Yeah, well, right now, Andrea, we are seeing more first-time home buyers enter the market than we have all of last year. And I just think they're ready. They're tired of sitting on the sidelines, and they're realizing that there is no better time to buy than now. And to get started, definitely contact a lender, right? Because I think it's important that the lender runs through their credit, talks about income, down payment, because the myth is, I think what scares a lot of first-time home buyers is they have to have perfect credit and they have to have 20% down.
So if that's not the case, what do they need for credit, right?
So FHA allows credit scores as low as 500. However, with that 500 credit score, it does require 10% down. But if you have a 580 credit score, you can go FHA at 3.5% down.
Wow.
And
with credit scores, just before we go on too far with this, I know in the past when my husband and I got mortgages, I pull my own credit score, right? I have Credit Karma and all that, and I love to see where my credit score is, what it is. But when you pull my credit score, it's typically a little different.
Yes.
Can you speak to that so that way people aren't surprised and like, wait a second, I just pulled it?
Yeah, so a mortgage credit score it's a different scoring model than if you went to Credit Karma, if you went to your credit card and got your credit score.
Okay.
Mortgage credit scoring is going to always be a little bit lower.
A little lower. So if you're sitting exactly at that 500 credit score, you're probably not actually at a 500.
That's right. Now, I think the fears too is people are afraid to have all these hard inquiries on their credit report.
Yes, I hear that all the time.
Yep, so lenders can do soft pulls. So it pulls from one bureau, but at least it gives the lender the opportunity to review the credit.
Okay.
So there's a picture of what it looks like.
Okay, and so when should they contact you? Let's say my lease is up in 6 months. Should I be contacting you now? Should I wait till 3 months out? When should I start that conversation?
Yeah, I think now is the perfect time just to have the conversation. And let's just see what type of payment you're looking at, where your down payment's coming from. Because if you don't have any money for a down payment, then we need to talk about where you're going to save for it. Will you be receiving a gift? So we just put you on that right path. Okay. And then you probably want to start getting pre-qualified 2 to 3 months before you're ready to search.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And now I know a lot of times people will tell me, well, I just went to my bank. I bank with Chase or I bank with Bank of America. I'm just going to go through them. My personal experience with that is not as great, especially for a first-time home buyer. You have a lot of questions. It's just so nice to have someone, a smiley face at that.
That's right.
That you can contact to ask all your questions, because as a first-time home buyer, you're going to have questions. I don't care how much research you've done, things pop up. And so with working with you at Nations Lending, they could come meet you in person, correct, over the phone, anything to go through all those
Absolutely,
questions.
yes. If not in person, I always would love to meet with a first-time home buyer in person, even by Zoom. Because I think if you put a face with a name, it's just going to leave that buyer much more comfortable.
Okay. And
that's what we specialize in first-time home buyers. And you are able, with the big banks, I don't believe they're as patient, tolerable. So with us at Nations Lending, with myself, you can call me. I'm available on the weekends if you need something. If you have a question on the weekend, you can give me a call or send me a text. Always available for you.
Amazing. One other question before we wrap up today that I know everyone always has before they make that first phone call. For a first-time home buyer, what documents should they have ready or information ready to send to you so you can truly start that process of advising them on what next steps are?
So we're going to look at income.
Okay, and so for income, are they sending you pay stubs? Are they sending you offer letters? Are they sending you bank statements? What are you typically looking for?
So it depends. If somebody just graduated college, let's say, and they don't have a 2-year work history, that's okay. If they have an offer letter and they're in that line of work, we'll accept the offer letter for income. So
do they have to have started the job by their close date and worked there a certain length of time? Or how does that work? So let's say I'm graduating in 3 months and I am so excited. I just scored my best offer letter I could have. My dream job is happening. I want to move into this place, start my job. I'm an adult. How does that timing work for my start date of my job versus my offer letter versus close date?
yeah, so it really depends on which type of financing you're going to get, whether it's a government loan or conventional loan.
Okay.
But in most cases, if you have an offer letter, and as long as all contingencies are met on that offer letter, then you could purchase and close on a home before you start that job. Usually within, again, depends on the type of financing, 30 to 60 days.
I mean, that's amazing to be able to be settled in your home before even your start date. Talk about relieving a lot of stress.
Yeah, and again, those are the things that I think it's important that the borrower speaks to a lender about, so they know what they're able to do, because I don't think many people do know that.
Wonderful. So you said income was one of them, and I cut you off before you told me what other documents you're going to be looking for in that first call.
So we're looking at income. We want to see where the down payment's coming from. Is it going to be a gift? And the gift is, in most cases, a family member.
Okay.
Or someone that acts as family. There has to be that real close relationship.
Okay.
And then we're going to
When you pull their credit score
yes,
as part of it at that initial, so they need to be ready to give you approval to make that soft pull.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So as you can see, even just from this brief conversation, it is possible for anyone basically out there to set themselves up for success and buy your first home. What's important is that you sit down with a trusted lender you can put a face to, again, that's used to working with first-time home buyers. You partner with a trusted realtor that can help you really analyze the market, know what home's going to be the best fit for me, and it's going to work with the loan product. So the more you can work with a trusted lender and realtor that work together, smoother your process is really going to be.
Yeah, I was going to add one more thing.
Okay.
So remember, there are programs for, you don't necessarily have to be a first-time home buyer, but there are some down payment assistance programs that are available, and that would be a whole nother segment. But there's many programs out there that a lender can make you aware of that could help you get into a home for little money down.
I love it. I think that buying properties is one of the best decisions
Hands
a person
down.
can make.
100%.
So if you're starting to even think about the process of purchasing your first home, please reach out to either myself or Christine so we can help you with that process and what are the next best steps for you.
Here for you, and my number will be below. Feel free to reach out.
So give us a call.